stories yet untold. Passion ignites like a blazing fire. Knowledge takes us higher, higher. Out of the box where the wild ones play, we see the game in a whole new way. Living loud, hearts in motion. Sports with soul, pure devotion. The field's alive with endless dreams. We're more than stats, we're the in-between. A slam dunk thought, a touchdown mind. Out of the box every time. No limits, no change, no walls to climb. We're rewriting the rules in real time. Out of the box where the wild ones play.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? You already know it is Wednesday night. It is 8 p.m. It is prime time. Because you already know the Dallas Cowboys. We are the Cowboys Weekly. My name is Paul Spencer. That is the college professor and the NFL professor, Eddie Prather. What's going on, Eddie?
Not much. Just pretty happy that our Cowboys did what they had to do on Monday.
Yeah, you know what? We got to talk about that. I mean, we got a guest coming on at 8:20, 8:30ish. You know, Mike Laura's going to be hopping on with us. We got to bring those enemy, our fellow family closer to the network, to hear his take. But, he's one that keeps it real, so he's not going to sugarcoat bullshit anything about it. But we got to talk about this game, Eddie. As you see at the bottom down there, a win versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Eddie, was it a good team win showing us something? Is it a mirage? Or we're just beating up on a bad Las Vegas Raider team, Eddie? I mean, it started out, Eddie. Lamb gets benched for a series. Pickens gets benched for a series for a team meeting that he was 5 minutes late. Okay. Eddie, 3 points in the first quarter. What were your thoughts in the first quarter? Like, oh, shit, here we go again, right?
Probably would have happened, but if they kept on struggling in the second quarter too. But first quarter, I knew that Pickens and Lamb were both missed that first series, so I knew it would take time for them to get going.
Yeah, I mean, but they had two series. They were out the first series, which was, a sputter basically. And then the second one, they got a first down, but they couldn't move the ball. They only got 13 yards on the second drive. Then I'm thinking like, okay, this doesn't look good here. Okay, the Raiders, man, we always know, the Carolina Panthers beat us. Arizona Cardinals. These teams that we should beat up on, they're beating us easily. So I'm thinking like, okay, it's going to happen again here. But, man, Eddie, talk about flip the script, man. God, Eddie, in the first half alone, Dak Prescott puts up a hat trick, 3 TDs, CD, Lamb. Like, Eddie, Pickens, I don't know what the hell I seen. Is it just beating up a bad team? That defense sucks, Eddie, the Raiders defense.
I think the Cowboys, when they're on, can do that to pass the ball like that on any team in the NFL, except maybe the only team that's probably the team that can shut down the Cowboys offense is the Broncos with that defense.
There is a team we're playing next Sunday that has a damn good elite defense too, Eddie. We can't knock them. I mean, even though we hate the Birds, but the Birds, man, the defense, man. I mean, Eddie, pick your poison, man. You can't run on them. You can't throw on them. I mean, Eddie.
Adoree Jackson.
Okay, Eddie.
That's our Huckleberry.
But, Eddie, they have 2 safeties in the back end that can, compensate an Adoree Jackson. A lot of teams don't have that. You pick on one guy, which, yes, it is an advantage. We'll talk about that later. But, Eddie, man, here's the thing. Okay, I know it's week 11, man. You got to sign Pickens now. Am I correct? Don't wait, Eddie. Go sign this guy now, long term. Why wait, Eddie? We got to sign him. Eddie, 9 catches, 144? Come on, Eddie. We got to get him now, right?
That's a tough decision. Jerry's probably deciding, does he want to do what the Bengals have done by signing 2 basically number 1 receivers, but leave holes on the defense?
But, Eddie, you got to look. Okay, this defense is still young. There's nobody really coming in their 5th year right now, Eddie. They're 3 and, second and third year players that are real, star players right now, So I think you have to go out and sign it, because if you don't sign him now, every week, Eddie, the numbers he's putting up, the price tag goes up every week, Eddie. You know, I get you don't want to be the Bengals. I get that. I do. But
Do you
go ahead.
think part of the problem is? Do you think part of the problem is that Pickens' agent is the same agent for Micah?
Well, you know what? The good thing about that, it's a bad thing. Yes, the same agent as Micah's agent, but the good thing is at least he knows his damn name now, right? At least he knows Micah's agent is the same agent as Pickens. So with all that BS that happened, he knows his name. So at least he can make a call and he knows the number, right? Not a damn handshake. But getting back to this game, Eddie, 9 for 144, 1 TD for Pickens. CD, 5 for 66, 1 TD. Hunter Lemke out of the backfield, Eddie. Jesus Christ, a fullback, 3 catches, 36, looked good. The one thing that I didn't see was Jake Ferguson. I mean, 4 catches for 16 yards, Eddie.
He did get a touchdown.
He did, but Eddie, it was a 4-yard swing. That was all it was, a 4-yard pass to him. I mean, it wasn't big, but what else can we say about this offense, Eddie? What did you see? Because I'll tell you one thing I seen. Go ahead. You go first.
I like Fernay. He had a touchdown too.
He did. You know what? He's good. I like him.
And he showed what he can do. Well, what game was it when he went? The Jets. He went off on the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, I like him because, you know, you're going to demand double coverage on Pickens and you're going to on Lamb as well. You know, Turpin is just the burner. He's the slot guy, the screen guy, the hybrid back is what we want to say. But Fournier is that third wide receiver that can get open. He's the biggest wide receiver too. He's bigger than Pickens. He's bigger than Lamb. He's more physical than really on paper than those two guys, Eddie. But I like how he played. I like our combination there. But the biggest thing to me, Eddie, I know the Raiders don't have a D line, but here's the thing. Dak Prescott has not really been touched all season, Eddie. You stand in the pocket, you've seen what he can do. And that's the good thing. And the greatest thing this game, I was so stoked when I seen the starting line was all projected starters. Finally, Eddie, all starters are playing together. BB's back, Booker's back. Tyler, is looking good. Even Terrence Steele, Eddie, played a great game.
Last year, Aubrey was our MVP, but this year, I think our offensive line coach is the MVP. The way that he's kept that offensive line together.
Eddie, you remember
all the injury?
Eddie, 100%. You remember when we first did this preseason show and I said the MVP this year is Connor Riley coming from Kansas State. Who's that? People don't know. Well, that's a coach. That's an O-line coach who did wonders at Kansas State. He knows how to plug and play people. He knows how to do this. And with the mismatched line that he's had, the combinations, he did a hell of a job. So kudos to him. But, Eddie, let's flip it over to the defense side of the ball, Eddie. Man, overshown. He was on a snap count last, Monday night. But Eddie, man, his maneuverability looks good. He's fast. He's everywhere, Eddie. Everywhere.
Hey, did you see what our new defensive tackle Quentin Williams told Overton? Don't worry, I got you.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. This is a team that's 11 people on one side of the ball. It's not one elite player. Nobody stands up and say, this is my team. We're 11 players. Even Logan Wilson got in there. He had that one ball where it was a bad throw by Geno Smith that he got beat on. He went the wrong way. The ball was a little bit behind the wide receiver there. I think it was I forgot who it was. The wide receiver, Trey Tucker, should have had an easy touchdown on that one end zone pass. But that's the only thing downfall I've seen. The thing to me, Eddie, with this defense, finally there's speed at linebacker, Eddie. We talked about Sanborn. Light in the pocket. He's too small. He makes bad angles, But are you worried about what we see on defense? Was it a mirage, Eddie? I think it was, but it wasn't. What do you see?
I think our defense, with what the new additions, can be like a top 16, like somewhere between 12 and 16. I think we have talent on defense. I think Williams is going to be a big help.
We do. And the thing to me, what I really seen last night is I was on Mike and I were doing the prop block and parlays, and I was talking, I mentioned to Mike, something I seen that Dallas has not done all year. And a lot of the NFL teams don't do this. They don't go the old school Bears 5-3 and even a 6-2. The Cowboys went 5-3 last night on the front line. 2 edge rushers with 3 defensive tackles. Odigizua, Williams, and Kenny Clark as down. and then 2 hybrids on the outside where they had, what's it? Oh, goodness gracious, what the hell was his name? Jesus Christ. James Houston on the outside once, and then they had Arakuze just coming off the edge. That's when he got his sack. That's what I like to see because he's fast, Eddie, off the edge.
And we actually got to see him make a run stop on the loss there.
Yeah, that's surprising to me. That was surprising to me because we know he can't stop the run. All he is, downfield, just a pass rusher. But to me, I feel this defense can make a little bit of noise now. But here's the thing, Eddie. Is it too late, man? I mean, Eddie, 4-5-1, man. I mean, we're sitting in 10th position in the playoffs, but we're 2 games behind. But the team in front of us, Eddie, they hold the tiebreaker, the Carolina Panthers. So basically, we are really 2.5 games out with 6 to go.
I think the thing that hurts us is we still have a pretty tough schedule ahead of us.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this is the gauntlet that we have coming up here. The Chiefs, some big teams coming up. The Eagles this week, of course. Adam Glenn checking in. He says, "Go Cowboys." Does that say "Go Cowboys"? I think.
I can't say that. I can't.
Hold on a second.
I can't.
You're damn right. There you go, Adam. It says "Go Cowboys." Shit. There you go. No, he says "Go Birds," man. Hey, I'll say it. Thanks for checking in. Mike Pepper says, "Yo, fellas. Yo, Eddie. Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we go again. We always get flooded with these damn Eagle fans. I swear to God, this is a Cowboy show. Jesus Christ."
We should not be posting that on the screen because that might get us kicked off for that foul language.
You know what, Eddie? It's the Dallas Cowboys. We have a right to speak the way we do, man. It's been 30 damn years, Eddie. It's been 30 years, Eddie. We can say what we want, brother. You know what I mean? But Michael says, you know what? Hey, I'm going to do like the mayor said. What? EGLES. I'm going to do like the mayor of Philadelphia says, can't spell the word, but Michael checking in says, "Go Birds, go Eagles." Whatever, Michael. Whatever.
What a surprise. Somebody in Philadelphia not knowing how to spell. What a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. That is true, though. I mean, maybe that's why they do that chant, Eddie. EAGLES, because a lot of them can't spell, so they're trying to educate the fan next to them. Maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe that's what it is, Eddie. Maybe that's what the fuck it is. I mean, you don't hear any Cowboys fans COWBOYS. We're smart. We can spell Cowboys. That's what it is, Eddie. The fan, you're at a game and you hear the Eagles chant. I guarantee if you look at the guy next to the guy, yelling Eagles, he ain't gonna know how to spell it. That's probably why they come up with the Eagles shit, Eddie. Honestly, man. But Eddie, getting back to this game, man. Screw the Eagles, man. Quinion Williams, man. Here's the thing, Eddie. 1.5 sacks in his first game, Eddie. 5 sacks overall for the team last night. Something that we didn't see all season. Are we worried about going into this week with the same potential that we've seen here versus the Raiders, Eddie? Was it a mirage, Eddie? Because you know what? This is red Kool-Aid. It's not blue yet. I might be drinking a little bit blue Kool-Aid by the end of the night. I don't know yet. But was it a mirage, Eddie?
I'm not sure. The thing about I'm not worried about the Eagles' offense as much as I'm worried about their defense. That's for sure.
That's true.
The Eagles still are stuck with an incompetent offensive coordinator that doesn't have a clue on what he's doing. So
yeah, but Eddie, they're finding ways to win, man. That's what makes the team so elite right now. I mean, you could have the worst game on offense, but your defense overrides that and keeps you close, and just don't turn the ball over and you find a way to win. So I got to give them credit there. Even having a bonehead, Patula out there. Michael says we are not educated. You're damn right you're not educated, man. That's why I sent my kids to Catholic school, because those damn public schools in Philadelphia, educated. At least my kids went to prep, so they came out educated, okay? We're broke, but we're fucking educated, I'll tell you that. Jalen Carter is going to be fast. Well, here's the thing. He's going to be fast, but he better wear a mouthpiece the entire game and pregame too, because if he makes one of those bonehead mistakes again, Jesus, God. But, Eddie, you know what? How about we do this, man? We're going to do this a little bit early. Real quick, what is your final thoughts on the Raiders game, Eddie, before we, talk some Eagles and Birds?
For pretty much the most part, I was very happy with the Cowboys' performance on both sides of the ball.
Were you a
And
little bit were you a little bit disappointed, Eddie? Not to cut you off. Were you a little bit disappointed how the second quarter was just all out, run and shoot offense here? Defense looked good, but were you a little bit concerned that Dallas took their foot off the pedal in the third and fourth quarter, Eddie? I was.
yeah, I was hoping I wanted to put a 50 burger on the Raiders.
I mean, I did too. I mean, it's an NFL game because Schottenheimer's not the head coach yet. He's a disciplined guy who doesn't like to bury people. That last series with 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go, he was kneeing the ball already. You know what I mean? That's just how he was. They could have scored at the end of the game, but it is what it is. All right, Eddie. You know what? I hate doing this, man. I mean, this is a Cowboys show, and we got to bring in an Eagles fan, but we got to do it, man. We got to do it, right? I mean, we got to just do our due justice, right? All right, real quick. Michael says, I went to Arlington High School, a great public school in Philly, and I am educated. Oh, educated. I'm sorry, educated. Michael, did you go to school with Wilt Chamberlain? Because I know you're old as hell. Did you go to school with Wilt Chamberlain? Honestly. Alani. Man. Alani Eagles. That's wow. Man, I don't know how you survived that shit. Honestly, Mike. Honestly, Alani High School? Damn. All right, we're going to bring this guy in here, man. He's the host of on It's a Rap Sports Network, many shows over there. I get the privilege to do a show with him every Tuesday night at 8 p.m., Props, Locks, and Parlays. One hell of a show. Trying to make some money for both of us, but we're going to bring this guy on here, man. He's a good friend of ours, former host over here in Out of the Box. Let's bring this guy on here, Mr. Mike Laro. Mike, what's going on, brother?
EGLSA. Right, you got it.
You got my vote for mayor, buddy. You got my vote for mayor, Mike.
Wow, what's going on, boys?
Hey, thanks for hopping on, man. Listen, it's round two. It's round two this Sunday, Mike. I mean, I said last night, Mike, week one, let's put that aside because that was preseason for us. You know what I mean? Week one, it was all vanilla, but this is the week here, man. You guys are prime position, holding number one, spot in the standings for you on, number one seed. We're not even keeping afloat right now. We're just trying to stay, one leg out of the water here, Mike. But how do you feel going into this game, Mike? We talked about this last night, but let's first talk about some concerns with the Eagles right now, let alone the Cowboys. What's the concerns with the Eagles right now, man?
Offense, man, right now. Offense. I'm going to be real blunt when I say this. This offensive line has not played like it did a year ago. Now, with that being said, Lane Johnson, all-pro right tackle, has been in and out of the lineup all year long. Cam Jurgens, our starting center, also been in and out of the lineup. Both of those guys are looking very doubtful. I know Lane's not going to play. Yeah. They've already said that. It's very, very bleak that I think Jurgens is going to play, but we do have reinforcements coming. The 21-day practice window did open up for our 6th-round pick Hinton out of Michigan, and I will tell you this: I saw this kid early on in preseason. He is 6'7", 328 pounds. The kid is Lane Johnson's heir apparent, and I'm going to tell you that right now. That kid is a beast on that offensive line. So I'm looking forward to getting him back as well. But the Birds offense got to get going. I think it's going to be a great matchup between Brian Schottenheimer's offense and Vic Fangio's defense. Yeah. I think that's going to be a knockdown, drag him out. As we did our show last night, Paul, when we were looking at the point spread. Right, I said 3.5. I would take the Cowboys in this game, and the reason why I said that is because I think the Eagles are going to win a close game. I do. I think they're going to win a close game because I like our edges against your tackles. I love our edges against your tackles, especially with Jalen Phillips now, Nolan Smith, Jalix Hunt, Brandon Graham. They have a rotation kind of coming in there to go against your tackles. Mm-hmm. I like your 3 middle of your line. I really do. I think your center and your 2 guards. I like that, but I still think they're going to have an issue. They're going to be going against Ajomo, Carter, and Jordan Davis. Mm-hmm. So I don't think Dallas is going to score as many points as they did this past week. And I'm not trying to take away from Dallas's win, but I'm going to be honest with you. I've seen this Raider team play about 3 times this year, and they are just god awful. I was actually thinking, we talked about it. I put a parlay in for, the game on Monday night, and to be honest with you, I had like 5 Cowboys scoring touchdowns. So I thought Dallas would come back and look very well against them. Also, to the emotion too. They were emotionally charged. I think the best thing for the Cowboys was they didn't have to go play that Sunday after that young man, your defensive lineman, was killed.
Yeah,
kneeling. They didn't have to come play. They were on a bye week, so it gave them time to kind of heal themselves, exhale, then go out and play football. Now, going into this game, there might be a little leftover emotion, I believe, from that because it's the first home game that the Cowboys are going to play, and it's Eagles-Cowboys. So, it's going to be a old-school NFC East coming down to the last minute. I don't expect CeeDee Lamb to drop 4 passes this game.
Yeah.
Okay, I really don't. But I'm going to be real honest with you, too. I don't expect the Cowboys to stop Saquon Barkley like they did, even with the additions of Quentin Williams. I just feel like Barkley's been getting better every week. Like the runs that I've been seeing from him, especially over the last 3 weeks, I've been seeing against the Giants, Packers, and the Lions. He's been getting to like right off that off tackle, and he's been getting nice several chunks out of it, even with Lane out of the game. Fred Johnson is a very, very capable backup. And that's where I think the Eagles, if they're going to win this game, they're going to have to establish the run early. But I think Dallas Goedert's going to have a monster game against the Cowboys. And that's who I think is going to have a monster game this week. I do. I think Goddard, they had a hard time winning last time, and most teams have been having problems with Goddard. I mean, he's had career highs in touchdowns so far. So, and he's been running with a purpose this year. Usually the thing we could say about Goddard is, usually by around this time, he's already missed some time. This year, he stayed relatively healthy, and he's been just like he's been catching the ball and looking for contact. That's the big difference I see in him this year. So, again, I think the Eagles win a close one. I do. I think it's like 24-21 or 20-17, somewhere in that range. I don't think it's going to be a lot of output. We talked last night. Like I said, I took the under in the game.
Yeah, I took the over. I took the over on this one.
And the only way, like I said, the only way I can see this game going over is turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get the Eagles to do something that they don't do, they've only had 4 turnovers the whole year. So if you can get them to turn the ball over, it's going to Dallas could win this game by a touchdown or 10 points easy. I don't think it's a blowout either which way. It's a divisional game, and these teams are too familiar with each other. Regardless of what any other Eagle fan says, I think Dak's a really good quarterback, and I think he's having an MVP type season.
Agreed.
And the way you got 2 studs, man, on the outside with Lamb and Pickens. You do. You got 2 studs. You got a hell of a guy at the tight end spot. And Javonte Williams has really, really, I think he's an unsung hero of your team this year. Because, and if you remember, Paul, we talked about this right when I think when we first started doing props and locks, I said, hey, man, Javonte Williams, man, he's going to be big for you guys. I liked him, when he was with Denver. I used to take him on a touchdown parlay damn near every week. And the dude would score. So I like the fact that he can he provides a little bit. I wish Dallas would run the ball a little more. I really would. I really wish they would let your offensive line get off the ball a little bit and run a little bit more. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but to me, the games I watch with the Cowboys, I feel like they're too pass happy. And
I think the reason, Mike, is not to cut you off there. I think the reason why we're pass happy because we're always playing from behind right now because of bad defense. We're just so used to it and have to play that way. You're always down because the defense is just giving up points. And if we go 3 and out, we're down 14 right away. So you got to become pass happy. But Javonte Williams, I think they're going to run the ball a lot this week, Mike, because the offensive line is finally congruent. The 5 starters that we had in the beginning of the season projected, they're there now, healthy. So I do think we're going to get a healthy dose of Javonte Williams this week.
Yeah, and you know what? And I'll tell you what, it's a big challenge for the Eagles. And the reason why I say that is like, if you look at the guys that they've had to play the last 2 weeks. Like Jahmyr Gibbs didn't kill them in the running game. Jahmyr Gibbs killed them in the passing game. But I mean, dude, you get that dude out in space, forget about it. He's going to make anybody look stupid. And I don't you guys play them in a couple weeks too, don't you?
Yeah, in 3 weeks, right after we play the Chiefs. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, you're going to get a chance to see him up close and personal as well. I mean, but my question is going in with this game is, with this being the first time back now since probably the beginning of the season that you have all 5 starters, do you think maybe it might take a minute to, do you think it might take a minute to, like get continuity?
Eddie, what do you think about that? I got my own opinion about that. What do you got, Eddie?
I thought they were all back together on Monday night.
Yeah. I kind of agree. Yeah, I kind of agree. I think because they played one game already together, and it's just one person missing. Guyton's back. He's fine. Cooper Beebe he's a swing guy. We always know him, right guard. He can play center now. He's a good guy. I think they're fine. I think they're fine. The continuity is there. This is going to be a big task, Mike. Yes, you got Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis. Your edges coming off, hybrid speed there with the addition of Phillips too. But I think this offensive line, they're unsung right now. I mean, Dak's only been sacked a handful of times the entire season. And going into this season, that's why I didn't want Javonte Williams. I didn't think he was going to be a good runner because his offensive line was bad. And as Eddie mentioned, Connor Riley, our offensive line coach, it's not Stoutland, but man, this guy's done one hell of a job with what he had to deal with. A starter every week being down. Hell, there was one week, Eddie, we were down 3 starters on the offensive line, throwing in different people in there. He did a great job there, but this game does scare me in many ways. I mean, your defense is elite, Mike. Eddie mentioned Adoree Jackson, but here's the thing. We have 2 great wide receivers, elite and Pickens and Lamb, but you can pick on Adoree all you want. But the problem is you got 2 hell of a good safeties out there that can compensate and give him help over the top. So to me, the factor this week is the guy that only gave me 16 freaking yards last week, Jake Ferguson, in the second level. He's going to expose the defense behind the linebackers because I think you're going to bring your linebackers, Smith. You're going to bring Dean. You're going to bring a lot of blitzes on there. And if that gets the time, he finds that a hot route, it's going to be a Ferguson or a Turpin. A good, clean slip screen or something like that with them. Very fast second level. But, Eddie, what do you think the keys to this game is for the Eagles? Let's talk about Eagles keys first.
I think the keys for them is to get the offense rolling, get Saquon going, and everything else I think is going to go off of that. Now, you brought up Adoree Jackson, Eddie, and I heard you kind of saying, I want to tell you something. Adoree Jackson's been playing really good since the bye week. Since the Eagles came off the bye week, he's been playing a hell of a lot better. He was sticking. He had some good coverages on Sunday night, and one of them was against. I mean, he was on coverage against Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams is quicker than a hiccup, and that's going to happen. It's one of the rare times the Eagles actually went man. Was that night? Was on that play, and they just happened to hit it. But if you look at, he's had quite a few pass breakups. He was all over Christian Watson on the Monday night game. He was covering Christian Watson. So Adoree Jackson's been playing a lot better. The one area I really want, the matchup I want to see is not so much Nakobe Dean, but I want to see if it's Zach Bond or Jahai Campbell on Ferguson. That's who I want to see because Jahai Campbell can cover. He's the number 1 draft pick this year for the Birds. That kid can cover, and he is quicker than a hiccup down the field. I think you're right, though, when it comes to saying about Dean. I think Fangio's going to take his shots when he can, but I think he's really going to have the front 4 say, hey, man, you guys got to go get him. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you also got to remember, too, in this, they have a package the Eagles do where they bring in Michael Carter and Adoree Jackson comes out in their dime package, and it's basically Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Michael Jackson, and then you have the 2 safeties back there. So there is, Michael Carter. So he's been coming in, getting more reps, getting more familiarized with the defense as well. I think sooner or later he's probably going to take the spot of Jackson. But Jackson's been playing really good. But getting back to the keys, Paul, they got to run the ball. And, Jalen's got to trust his arm. And they got to stop having AJ run the same kind of, they got to do like they did in Minnesota. If Dallas starts cutting off that slant, then you got to start doing a slant and go. You know what I mean? The Cowboys back end are very susceptible to that. I've seen that with them this year so far, especially with the one kid, right? The one kid's a rookie you got on the other side of the one quarterback's a rookie, ain't he?
Ravel Jr. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So,
he was the first game playing last night, coming off an injury last night, first game back.
but I mean, I just think whoever can control the ball and limit turnovers, if Dallas can hold on to the ball, I mean, if there's no turnovers in this game, Paul, I think it's like I said, a 20-17 win. I think I got the Birds by 3, literally what the line is.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're just a little bit better than the Cowboys. Cowboys got an explosive offense, but again, when you got an explosive offense going up against an explosive defense, the offense usually takes a hit a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm not saying Dallas isn't going to score, of course. I mean, they're pros too, and I think they will. By the way, too, the line on the game did drop. It's now Eagles are now 3 up. Oh, I just checked it before we came on tonight. So it did drop a half a point within 24 hours. So which means there's probably some people putting money on the Cowboys. That's why it dropped down.
Vegas is swinging the line right now. That's what they're doing. Anything at 3.5 and below, you're going to see a drop, maybe 1 point to 1.5, maybe at the lowest, because it's a Vegas swing there. Eddie, before I get to you, I do want to read some of the comments real quick. Shelton Lewis checking in, Cowboy fan as well. We showed mercy this one. There's going to be no mercy this Sunday. Listen,
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Bring it. Bring it.
And I always thought they were the Alani Eagles. That's the little league team, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the pop. That's the
okay. Yeah, because Mike, you and I coached in NESAC for years and years, and I always remember Alani Eagles. I didn't know their high school was the Trojans. Okay.
Yeah, they were the Trojans. I actually I went against them, and I went to Frankfurt. I was a Pioneer, so I went to Frankfurt High School, and they were one of our teams. Yo, me and Mike go back over 25 years, dude. 25 years, me and Mike.
Let me tell you a funny story real quick. Mike, I hope you're not mad at me for saying this. I text Michael about a month ago, okay? And Michael and I talk every day, basically. Like we're a brother, man. We talk, and I said, hey, did your dad ever work at Home Depot? And did his house catch on fire? Had an accident at the house? He's like, yeah. I was like, I worked with that son of a bitch. His dad was the craziest son of a bitch I ever knew in my life, man. Like, I was like, you got to be kidding me. That's your dad? And he's like, that's my dad. And I'm like, holy shit. I couldn't believe it. Like, small world.
Yeah, man. Like, me and Mike actually coached against each other in basketball. There was like a little intramural basketball league. Me and Mike actually coached against one another. We're young kids. So I got to know Mike really kind of through that and being around the rec that I used to hang at in Kensington here in Philly. And, it was really funny. When I started my wrestling career, I would often go to the old ECW. And Mike was a staple at the old ECW. If you watch any of those old TV tapings from the Bingo Hall, right where the camera shoots down, the first one of the guys in the top row is Mike Papernick. Mike Papernick went to every show.
Every wrestling thing he chimes in. He's the first one out there.
Yeah.
I was going to the comments real quick. The Eagles' offense sucks 100%. It's inept and no creativity on motion. Goddard is playing on a purpose, which is a contract year. It's a funny contract year for Goddard. He is staying pretty healthy. Shelton checks in. If Lewis can crash that O-line, we're going to destroy this offense. The one thing I think to take AJ for the under. The thing is, you can't just eye down one receiver. AJ Brown needs to shut up and just take what comes his way. Honestly, that's what I feel. It's not Lamb and Pickens. Michael says Sunday night, Adoree Jackson lived off the Eagles' D-line pressure. That is true too. Yeah,
I don't know about that. I mean, I did see, Mike's sort of kind of right, but I seen Adoree make some plays Sunday night. I mean, he knocked the ball away from Jameson Williams a couple times. And like I said, Jameson Williams, you saw what he did. He got the only offensive points for them. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
And Michael, you 100%. My dad was fucking nuts. That's an understatement, dude. Like, your dad was the craziest. I'm going to say the craziest motherfucker I've ever met in my life, man. I mean, we only worked together, and he was crazy. I was the department head. He was under me, and it was just. He made me laugh so many times.
Man. Yeah, Mike's great people, man. And believe it or not, when I was over here with you guys at Out of the Box, Mike was one of the ones. He's like, "Hey man, you're doing that." I said, "Yeah, man, I'm doing this. Check it out." And like Mike's been following me around everywhere, man. But he's a great contributor to
He is.
not only your network but our. It's a wrap too. Mike's on there, especially when it comes to the Philly stuff.
Yep.
He's always over there yapping. But I thank him dearly, man. He really supports
He's
me a
awesome.
lot. Like I said, you do know what happened with my wife. As we were explaining yesterday, Mike was one of the first guys to hit me up, man. Yo, you need anything, let me know. So, yeah. So, but anyway, let's get back to this.
Yeah, okay. Here's what I want to ask you, Mike. Okay. This Cowboys offensive line versus that front four for the Philadelphia Eagles there. How do you see this? Because what would you do as Fangio? Okay. Going back, you can't go week one because no starters played for us, basically. It was a mismatched offensive line there. But what do you see as Vic Fangio's, you're over his shoulder, Mike? What are you telling him? You got to blitz more. You got to come off the edge. What do you see? Because I see one way the Eagles can get so much pressure on Dallas. And I think Eddie knows where I'm going to go with this. One of our position players, right, Eddie? You know where I'm going, right?
If I'm looking to take it, I'm getting my best pass rusher on Steele, your offensive tackle.
Yeah.
I'm going to go there, but I want you guys to be aware of one thing too. This delayed blitz that Fangio has been running now for the last 3 weeks has really been effective. And I know Dallas is probably going to have an answer for it because now it's been 3 weeks that they've continuously run this. But what really blows my mind is you had Jackson Dart, who was a mobile quarterback, who they did it to. Then they did it to Jordan Love on the Monday night game where they were sending a late blitzer in. They were sending Vaughn in on the Packers game. They weren't really sending N'Kobe in. Then this week, Jared Goff, they just, besides the Cowboys, the next team that's really right is Detroit when it comes to putting points up. And for the Eagles to only give up 9 points to them, and I'm sorry, that offense looked so out of sync. If it wasn't for Jahmyr Gibbs, Jared Goff would have had less yards than Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
In that game. I'm being dead serious. Like they had him so shook in that game. Them also not having Sam Laporta, I think, hurt them as well because Sam Laporta's a very good tight end, and I think he's more of Goff's security blanket. Yeah. So he was kind of missing his security blanket there. So I take that into consideration as well.
Okay.
But the one thing, man, a lot of people are kind of on your guys' train for this week. I kind of watched some of the national talking heads today, and they're really not kind of giving the Eagles a chance in this game, even though, they bring up the defense and everything else. I just don't see, after seeing the first matchup, okay, and like you said, it was preseason, like Dallas isn't that same team that they were week one.
Right.
But you know what? That Eagles defense ain't the same defense they were week one.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Now, the Eagles offense went somewhere because that offense was scoring back and forth before we had an hour and a half delay. Okay? It was back and forth. That game would have turned out, if they didn't have that stoppage, it's whoever had the ball last was winning that game.
Yep.
Because neither defense could stop anybody in that game. So, I truly believe that. I always I try to keep it as real as possible. The Eagles have won some games this year that they shouldn't have won. Sure. But if you're an Eagles fan, you already know. But we also lost games that we should have won too. Like we should have never got blown out by the Giants.
And the thing is, when you find ways to win, good teams find ways to win. You're not going to have a triple game there. 3 sides of the ball, 3 phases. The Eagles offense can't score. The Eagles defense keeps them in games. Don't turn the ball over. Hey, you win the game. Vice versa. There's been games where the defense looked bad on the Eagles. The offense looked, soaring there. It's a team game there. But Mike, you hit the nail on the head, man. Terrence Steele, Eddie and I talk about this all the time. We wanted him cut last year, $16 million. He's $22 million this year, $13 million cap hit last year. Let him go. But he's been playing good. But the one thing, your guy, Mike, Javonte Williams, man, he can pick up a blitz, man. That's the thing with him. He's not afraid, and I feel if they run that stunt blitz, because I did see that where it looked like Vaughn was coming in and N'Kobe just flashes like a twist right behind him. That scared the shit out of me. But I've been seeing it with a lot of teams versus Dallas. Javonte Williams in that blitz package, he's not afraid. That's the one thing that I do like to see.
Yeah, and you know what? I think the reason why I think it's going to be Vaughn this week, or Zach Baum this week,
Mhm.
and not Nakobe Dean, is because of that reason. Javonte Williams is a bigger back,
Yeah.
okay, and the way Fangio kind of likes to match things up, and it's on tape, so they're going to be, no offense, but Cowboys are going to be expecting to see him come in. I think it's going to be more Zach Baum this week because one, Zach Baum's bigger. He's the same size as Javonte Williams.
Mhm.
They're both like 230. So I see that. And I think Nakobe's game really is kind of being in pass coverage. Between him and the kid Jahad Campbell.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're going to be in there. But again, I just want to. It's going to be one of those ones where you guys are going to be pulling your hair out. I'm going to be bald, by the end of the fourth quarter. We're going to be looking back, and I think it's going to be a really, really good game. I think this could really be the game of the week in the NFL this week. And there's another good one Sunday night with Tampa and the Rams.
Yeah.
I got a feeling that this game could be way better. And I hopefully Jerry puts the shades, because it is a 415 or 425.
Yes.
So tell Jerry to put the shades across so his receivers don't get blinded this time.
Exactly. Yeah. Eddie, what do you see? I mean, we talked about Terrence Steele. What are the keys to the Eagles first before we flip sides here? How did the Eagles win this game, Eddie?
Barkley needs to have one of his typical games that he had last year, and not what he's been doing for the most part this year.
Okay.
Because the Eagles won't have a chance if Barkley can't run the ball.
Well, there's been games where Barkley's been shut down. They find ways to win on the offside of the ball. Not a lot of yardage, but key first downs, moving the sticks. Keep moving the sticks, and they win the game. But the key that I see to the Eagles here is I agree with Saquon Barkley, but I'm not scared of Saquon because, to me, if the Eagles play a balanced offense and don't abandon the run and don't go pass happy, then the Cowboys have to change their defense. Okay, we're playing man right now. We're not playing zone because we were lost when we play zone. If we play man to man and keep Barkley in the pocket and continue the Eagles run the ball, we have a shot to win this. But if Patullo gets pass happy, that actually benefits the Dallas Cowboys because we're going to get more possessions to score with this offense. That's what I see. But the Eagles have that elite defense, which scares me like it really does, man. But
yeah, it's got to be. They got to protect Dak this week, and the reason why I'm saying that is the Eagles are going to get pressure. What's up, Mickey? I think the Eagles are going to get pressure. They've gotten pressure on everybody, so and they're going to get pressure on Dak this week. They really are. I just. From an Eagle fan standpoint, I just hope we can get home with it. Nolan Smith has been coming off around that edge, and he's going to be lining up from Terrence Steele.
Yeah.
So he's going to be lining up against him. He's probably going to have a rotation of Terrence Steele and Jaden Phillips. It's going to be those two guys because they both play the left end. What I did see last week that really kind of blew my mind on one is that they actually took Jalen Hunt and put him over on the left side put him at left side defensive end, and they put Jalen Phillips on the right side. They kind of like mixed them up, like switched them up. And and Jalen Phillips has been just wreaking havoc, man. He really has. The last two games, he's been almost unblockable. And I don't know if you watched the game Sunday night, but he was going against Penei Sewell, and he was whipping Penei Sewell for the most of the game. He was whipping Penei Sewell. And Penei Sewell's a Pro Bowler, man. Like, I would take him on the Eagles line right now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Where I think you guys, that's what the Eagles are going to have to do. They're going to have to run the ball, and play smart football. If they play smart football and don't turn the ball over, which is very, like I said, the Eagles don't turn the ball over. But they did turn the ball over against Denver. They did turn the ball over against the Giants. They lost both of those games. They got lucky in Tampa when they turned the ball over. So, again, and then I believe in the first game against the Cowboys, they turned the ball over. So, they've gotten lucky in the early part of the season of not getting beat. But the last two times that they've had a turnover, and lost the turnover battle, they've lost the game. So that's going to be key to beating this Eagles team. You have to take the ball away. And again, what you guys getting overshown back now, I love that kid. You put him and Araku, you know, don't give up on that kid Araku just yet, man. I watched him play at BC last year, and I'll tell you what, that kid is going to be good. So all I'm saying to you Cowboy fans is just be patient with them. Let them learn the pro game. You will be thanking your stars that they drafted that kid because that kid is going to be a player, man.
Yeah, he has high potential. He's just got to learn the game. I mean, BC's a underrated school, in D1, but he's a pass rusher now. He just has to learn a lane assignment and discipline, know when to go, know when to back off, know when to stunt, twist. But Mike, here's another thing too. See if you agree with this. To me, the Dallas Cowboys have 3 studs at linebacker, man. 3 fast guys, okay? Kenneth Murray, we're very fast on the back with Overshawn coming back there too. To me, one of the biggest factors for the Eagles, and you know what? It has to be at least 4 to 5 design runs by Jalen Hurts tomorrow, Sunday, because you got to keep this linebacking core disciplined. Because if you're not going to run a spy, you don't have to. It takes away a linebacker covering your secondary, our secondary, helping out on a Goddard, a slant wide receiver come across the middle. That's what scares me, because if Jalen Hurts gets started on the run, that takes away. It's basically 11 on 10 football because you took one of our linebackers out of play, and that's what scares me. I don't know. What do you think? Why is Jalen Hurts not running the ball? Mike, last year was design runs out the ass every fucking series.
Can I be frank? I think they're waiting. I think they're waiting for the postseason, because I want you to stop and think about something.
Yeah,
they've been running a lot of vanilla stuff. When was the last time you seen them do an RPO?
That's true. That is true.
They have not done an RPO all year.
Yeah, I mean that's true, Mike. I'm not coaching this year, but last year when I know I can, not beat a team 100%, but I don't show you what I have until the playoff system. Same formation. You're like, oh, it's definitely an ISO blaster, 32 blast. Nope, it's totally off, different here.
The only time I seen this Eagles offense look like it did a year ago is when they were in Minnesota. And the Rams game, that second half of the Rams game, when they said, you know what, no, you guys ain't coming in here and smoking us, and they went down and they came back and beat the Rams. So, I just look at it like this: going into this game, they're going to have to, with what's his face being out, with Jurgens being out, and Lane being out. Believe it or not, I am comfortable with Lane's backup. Lane's backup has played a lot of football. He has started. They actually reacquired him. He actually was on.
That's what Brett Toth, right?
No, Fred Johnson.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Lane Johnson. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So Fred Johnson, they actually reacquired him. He signed and left and went to Jacksonville as a free agent, and Jacksonville felt compelled to trade him back when we had some line issues before the season started. So they were able to reacquire Fred Johnson because of how well he played in, Lane's absence. Like I said, we got the kid Minton coming back. I'm telling you, that kid will be going in the future. If you want to look out for another, probably going to be an all-pro tackle, this kid's going to be it. You may remember him, Paul. He was on Michigan's championship team. He was the right tackle on that team. That's who the Eagles got. They got him in the 6th round. The kid is just money. He got banged up, and they started his 21-day, I guess, coming off the IR.
Yeah.
So he's going to be good to go soon as well. So I cannot wait to see if Lane can't go, and if something should happen to Fred Johnson, we have another capable backup with him. But as far as this game here going, like I said, it's going to be the battle of the lines. The Eagles, and this may be would this surprise me if we went to halftime and it was a 9-6 game? No, because of the defenses. I mean, we just saw what happened 2 weeks ago when we played the Packers. Now, that's a team that you guys put 40 up on.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys put 40 up on them guys, and we could barely put 10 points up on them. But, they put 40 up on you, and They couldn't get in the end zone. They could, they got in the end zone with 3 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter.
And that is just a matchup and a chess game. It's Fangio versus Schottenheimer, both sides of the ball. That's what it's going to be. Eddie, talk about the Cowboys here. How can the Cowboys win this game, Eddie?
With the Eagles, get a pass rush on Hurts with the Eagles' offensive line being so banged up.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I think that Matt Pryor is going to be the Cowboys' Huckleberry this weekend.
He's not playing.
He isn't?
Matt Pryor's not playing. It's Fred. Yeah, it's Fred Johnson and Toth. Toth is the backup center. So Matt Pryor, listen, I agree with you. If Matt Pryor gets on the field, you guys are going to that offense. You think that offense is bad now? That dude's a stiff.
Yeah, he's a turncoat. He's a turncoat out there.
You forgot to mention Landon Dickerson with all the injuries that he has suffered this year too. So
he did, but he's actually pretty healthy. He was a full participant in practice today. So if you're a full participant in practice, you're pretty much good to go.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying that's he has had the worst luck this year with injuries, Landon Dickerson.
Yeah,
I don't say injury prone, but he's had a lot of issues on the table with him. But the Cowboys offense, to me, the number one thing is that offensive line. They have to keep Dak Prescott upright. I give Dak so much hate, man. Just watching him play because I'm frustrated. But I'll tell you what, Mike, you said it. The dude plays ball, man. You leave him in the pocket and you leave him upright. I don't care what defense you're playing. You give him 3 to 5 seconds on a wide receiver, he's going to find him and he's going to stick him with the ball right between, the numbers there. He's good. Give him time in the pocket. That's the key thing to me. Mike, you said it, the trench game here. It's going to come down if Dak Prescott can stay upright and get the ball downfield. This Eagles team might look a little different, seeing that ball out there very fast. And I think the key to this game is Javonte Williams not abandon the run the ball. And the biggest thing to me on offense, the Cowboys showed it last night in that second quarter, man. Run and gun. No huddle offense. Keep that Eagles defense and that depth off the field, man. I love when they did that. I was surprised we did it. Hurry up to the line of scrimmage, calling the plays. I love that because if you're moving the ball and it happens, that Eagles defense, we got some elite wide receivers that can go downfield in a flash, run that, 40-yard dash quick. And those corners are going to get tired. So I want to keep that Eagles offense, no huddle, keep them off the field. Hey, Fangio, you can't sub on us right now. We're not going to let you. That's one of the keys to me. But Mike, what do you see for this Cowboys offense? How can we beat you guys?
It's simple, and I'm going to be. Do not turn the ball over. Yeah. Do not. No, that's first and foremost. Do not turn the ball over. The 3 guys in front of Dak, the center and the 2 guards, do not allow the Eagles to push them in. Do not let Jalen Carter and Ajomo and Jordan Davis get that push.
Yep.
If they don't get that push up the middle and Dak has time to throw, I don't care how good your cornerbacks are. They can't cover, like you said last night, they can't cover for 5 seconds.
Right, yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to get press. They have to stop the Eagles' pressure from the middle. I feel like if they can stop the Eagles' pressure, you do a mix of Javonte Williams running the ball, sooner or later, that's going to open up your play action pass. The one thing I will say about the Birds is they don't give up stuff deep. Like if you watched that last week when they got rid of that touchdown, it was one of the rare times they were in man, and it was a short pass. It was like a 15-yard pass that Williams just took to the house. But they don't get beat deep. And that's what I think they're going to have to do to come out and beat the Birds. And on defense, you got to stop Barkley. But I will say this, look out for Tank Bigsby. In this game, but me and you talked about it last night. Tank Bigsby has been a lightning rod for the Birds coming in to spell. And I mean, this guy's already gotten a 2nd and 31.
Mm-hmm.
He's gotten a 3rd and 17 running the ball. So, I mean, this guy's been running hard, putting his head down. And I like it. And they've been using him more than they've been. People forget we still got AJ Dillon on this team.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, you have
And we haven't seen him.
and Shipley as well too. I mean, he's a big back from Clemson, But to me, what I'm seeing with this team here, this Eagles team, Mike. Here you said turnovers. If Cowboys get a turnover anywhere between Eagles territory from 50 in, that's guaranteed 3 points for the Cowboys.
Oh, well, you got
Guaranteed.
Brendan Aubrey.
Exactly.
You could get a ball at your 30-yard line. If you get to midfield, he's kicking it.
Well,
So-
Eddie, when was it? We kicked the 70-yard field goal, 3 weeks ago? Remember that? In the game, but it didn't count because they called timeout or some shit like that. We know he can kick 70 yards. We know that. Yes.
Yeah, I want to see him break it because I was actually watching Red Zone when the kid from Jacksonville broke it and got to 68.
Little guy can't. What was his name? Little or something like that. Yeah.
Little. Cam Little. And I turned around. I said, Brandon Aubrey's going to break that. I first words, and then I think you guys tried it the same day.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm like, oh wow, I'm like, this dude's going to get it because he's got a cannon. So again, and plus, I don't think Schottenheimer's going to do what Dan Campbell did and go for it 5 straight times.
No, he's going to flex a little bit, but he's not going to be Dan Campbell, with the coconut balls. This game is a field possession game, man. It's going to be field possession. If we go 3 and out, kick the ball deep, try to let the defense hold them. It's going to be a field position game here, but I don't know. Comment real quick. Danny, Dallas Cowboys, let's go. Are you guys in Dallas? We are at home in Dallas this week, but myself, no. I live near Pittsburgh. Eddie's in Arizona, and Mike's in Philadelphia, if that's what you're asking as well. He also says, is it true about Dak's injured his hip? I didn't hear anything about that. I heard that he had ice on it. That's all I heard. I mean, he's a full practice today, so I don't see anything regarding that. But man, if he goes down, Jesus Christ, Joe Milton, talk about deer in headlights against your defense. Holy crap, man. Good God.
Paul,
Good
listen,
God.
All I can say is this. I will toast you guys now on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Enjoy the game, man, because I think it's going to be one of those Eagles Cowboys classic games, no matter what way it goes. And again, I'm pretty satisfied from what I saw with the Birds, and not so much offensively because I feel like they can be a whole lot better. There's something there. There's been stuff going around here about Hurts and AJ kind of going off on their own with certain things. The one guy I almost forgot. I almost forget to kind of bring up too for the Eagles. Just look out for Jahan Dotson because he's been getting more looks from Hurts over the past, I'd say, like 3 to 4 weeks. He's been getting a little bit more looks from him. Just to give you guys a kind of a heads up over there. Not like Dallas doesn't need to do it, but I like I said, I with the point spread being 3 points and the Eagles being favored by 3, I think that's what you're going to get. No more. If they win by a touchdown, I'd be lucky. I really, and I'm saying that. If the Eagles win by a touchdown or more, then Dallas would have had to have really, really shot themselves in the foot. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be an old, close NFC East style game. You already had Spitgate to open up the season. So, if I'm the Eagles, I'm duct taping Jalen Carter's mouth shut until after the game.
Oh man, you know what? Dak's a veteran, man. You know he's gonna pull out some tricks over there, talk a little shit. He's gonna he's gonna do it, Mike. He's gonna do it, man. I mean, Spitgate 2 here. How big of a chip on his shoulder does he have going into this game? But you're right, Jalen Carter, man. Listen, just turn your head, keep your spit in your mouth, play ball, man. Play ball.
I don't care. He can spit at me all he wants. I'll smile at him. Like
exactly right.
I'll keep spitting, buddy. I don't care because you know what? And if I'm a leader on that team, I'm looking young fella in the face and going, "We need you."
Yeah, that's pregame.
I don't care.
Pregame. Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, pregame, you're not even looking at that dude.
Exactly. You're
over
going
here.
You're not even going 10. Dak can spit 10 yards. We ain't going past 15 yards. That son of a bitch. Stay your ass over here. Very simple.
Exactly.
If I'm
Sirianni, you here with me, Big Dom, go get him. Bring him over here.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
but,
Coach, I got to go play with the front four. No, you know what you're doing. Just stay on the sideline with me. Let's talk about what kind of Jolly Ranchers you like.
Yeah.
But Mike, before we let you go, man, real quick, 2 things. Give me your final prediction for this game, man.
I want to say 24-21. I think the Birds are going to. I think they're going to look a lot better than they have. And the only reason why I'm saying this is because when people started questioning their offense this year, they had the Minnesota game. They had the Tampa game, like where people were kind of like, they kind of, week 2 after the Rams, because they kind of struggled against the Rams. They came back and people were like, is this what we're going to see? And, for me, honestly, I think they're going to be, I don't think they're going to be off the wall. But I think they're going to be, very, very, I think it's going to be a close game. I think both of our sphincters are going to be tight throughout this game.
Okay.
We're all going to be, but it comes down to turnovers. And if the Eagles can not turn the ball over, the Eagles are hard to beat when they don't turn the ball over, man. Like Dak would have to play damn near a perfect game, and that offense would have to play a perfect game to beat the Eagles. And I'm not saying it because I'm an Eagles fan. I'm just saying that's what it takes to beat this team, is for that offense to play perfect. If they turn the ball over, or if they lose the turnover battle in this game, it's very hard to beat a team. It doesn't matter who they are. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go 24-21. I think it's a last-second field goal.
Okay. I agree with you, Mike. I think it's going to be a 60-minute game here. I mean, you have to play 60 minutes of elite football to beat the Eagles. We've already seen that. We've seen how they flipped the script in the second half. I think it's going to be a close game too. But Mike, before we let you go, man, you've been a great friend of mine. Family member of mine, basically. With your family there, we go back a long ways. Mike, where can they find you at, man?
You can find me over on It's a Wrap Sports. I am the host of the Happy Valley Huddle, which is a Penn State post-game show. I will be moving that to a weekly show next year. I just wanted to try something with Penn State. So I do that. I also host Clear the Ice with me, Matty B, and Al Safiri. We all kind of take turns doing that. And I also have with you Props, Locks, and Parlays every Tuesday night or at 7 o'clock. Or I'm sorry, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
So, 8 o'clock. Yeah. So, I like that. And tell Dallas Danny, I don't think it's going to be 43-10.
Yeah, I was going to hold off on that because, listen, what, Christmas isn't going to come early this Sunday. I'll tell you that, but I cannot see that happen. If it did, you're talking.
The Eagles would have to turn the ball over 4 times.
Yeah,
for that to happen. Like
I don't even see that for the Eagles being 43-10. I can't see anything like that. It's going to be a hell of a close game.
If any Eagle fan says it's going to be a blowout, like they need to be drug tested. Like, I'm sorry, like there's just no way. Look, I got my bird shit on right here. I'm telling you, it's going to be a close game, and as it should, it should. Before the year, I picked every team in the division to do well. I said every team was going to be over 500. I thought we were going to be the power division this year. Apparently, the Giants and the Commanders didn't get that memo. So
yeah, I mean, I think if they were a little bit healthier, Mike, it would have been a little bit different story.
I'm not sold on the Commanders. I watched their games.
No, I'm not sold on them, but I think their record would have been a little bit better, a little bit more competitive, without losing Daniels, McLaurin being out, a lot of injuries. But, man, the Giants, I tell you what, the team that surprises me for the future is going to be the Giants, man. The defense is elite right now. And offensively,
they're a couple players away.
Yeah, Scatterboo going down, Neighbors going down. They're going to be in the top 5 for draft next year. You go out and get that one, the elite player on offense. Defense is good, so they're the key, coming up in the future there, Mike. But
I know I had to listen to my son.
I know. God, Evan. Oh my God, yeah. The baby of our network. Yeah, the baby of the network. Yep. But Mike, real quick, I know you heard this. Can we give a congratulations to Mr. Franklin? He is a Hokie now. It's been confirmed.
No, I'm not going to give him congratulations. No, he ruined my trip to Blacksburg. No, I'm not going down there while he's there.
Mike, I think we need to make a trip down there. Remember 2 years ago, I went when Notre Dame played, down there, and I enjoyed that game. And remember how we talked last night? Will Franklin be at the game? He will be at the game in the press box, and they're going to talk to him during the game, and he's going to give his thoughts of what he's looking for the future. I can't wait, Mike, because I hope he don't say a BCS ranking, because you're lying to the Hokies Nation right now. Recruiting, he'll get recruiting. He'll win games, but Mike, they're just looking to get a bowl game. They ain't looking to the BCS standings, Mike. They're not.
Listen, the most happiest day of my life was when that thing came across my phone and said James Franklin was fired. I got up and did a dance. I jumped on and was like, hallelujah, there's a God.
I know. Oh my God, it's craziness. I didn't see his deal. I thought his deal was something like $6.4 million a year or something like that. My God, he is paid, dude. He is paid.
I'm just happy now that he signed there. Penn State ain't got to pay him, really.
Yeah. Well, Adidas Adidas was actually going to pay the contract anyway, just to let him go anyway. So yeah, that's just how much tells you they
listen.
Adidas don't want the brand.
I'm fine with it, but it just got me mad because Blacksburg's one of my bucket lists. And I was like,
it's worth it, man. I tell you.
I know it's worth it, but if I'm going to go there, I'm going to jump around and tell Hokie Nation I love them, but I'm a Penn State guy, and that dude you got as a coach is a freaking idiot. I'll go down there, do Metallica, Enter Sandman, and then go get a hot dog or something. Because once the game starts, he don't make no in-game adjustments. That's why Manny Diaz left. He took a job at Duke, a head coaching job at Duke, because he had to get away from James Franklin because he made no in-game adjustments. And he felt like he was wasting his time there as the defensive coordinator.
That's true. Mike, what is your bucket list real quick, man? Because I got the chance to do – my bucket list was Lambeau Field. Me and my ex-wife went there. That was our anniversary gift. I never go back because that was the game. I was 2 rows up. That's when Dez caught the ball.
Oh, you mean he dropped it? Yeah.
No, he caught the damn ball. He caught the damn ball. He caught the damn ball.
I was there.
My Asian eye saw it from 20 yards away. I saw that shit. Okay.
I'm not going to comment on that.
I know you're not. Don't fucking say a thing, man. I set myself up for that one. But and the other one was I did Blacksburg. That was amazing. My other 2, Mike, I've done South Bend many of times. My bucket list is Iowa. I want to see Iowa, and I want to go to Randall Field. Those are
Madison. It's funny. I want to do Iowa as well. I want to go wave to the kids.
I think that's beautiful, man.
I want to go to Madison and go to Camp Randall and do jump around. That's on the bucket list. I want to go to Blacksburg. Dude, I've only been to 2 college games in my life.
Wow. And my bucket list last year was I finally went to my Penn State first game ever, the whiteout. The whiteout against Ohio State. That was beautiful. My God.
Oh, yes. I got to get back. I went 4 years in a row. And the game was second nature, dude.
Awesome.
But I want to definitely do that stuff, man. So they're my 4 right there. It's Blacksburg,
Camp Randall,
Iowa, and I said one other one. I'm missing it. I guess my old age is kicking in. I want to do West Virginia. I want to do Country Road, Take Me Home. They do that too.
Oh yes, I love that. I want to see that one. Yeah.
And Mike.
Yes. Go ahead, Eddie.
I hope Penn State hires Charlie Weiss to be their next head coach.
Ain't he dead? He's 108.
He died 4 years ago, Eddie.
Yeah. I think he passed away. So unless they're going to dig up his bones and put him on the sideline, if that's the case, then
I don't know. I think he's still alive because the last I seen him was when he was coaching Kansas, wasn't it? As the OC of Kansas or something like that. Yeah, I don't know if he's dead or not. Hell, he might be. Who knows?
I think they're going after the dude from Mizzou, Eli Drunkenmiller or whatever the hell his name is. Yeah, that's what I think they're going to end up with.
Okay.
I think Bob Davies would look good at Penn State.
Eddie, you're just trolling now.
He is. That's all he is, man.
You're trolling. I hope you sign Matt Eberflus to a 10-year contract.
Oh, you know what? Touche. Don't fucking start now, okay? Do not do that. No. Hell no. All right? Hell, I'll take James Franklin as my DC over Eberflus right now, honestly. But guys, hey, Mike, we're going to let you go, brother. I appreciate you hopping on, man. You're a friend of the family here. Anytime you want to hop on. Maybe we'll get together next week, Mike, and we'll recap this game, brother.
Yeah, sure, man. I just got to check my schedule over yonder, over on my network to see, make sure I'm not covering any games. But yeah. Real quick, who do you guys like tomorrow night? Buffalo, Houston tomorrow night.
Buffalo, because Houston's really bad and CJ Stroud is still out with the concussion.
Yeah, I'm liking that, man. Dude, I might do a little side action on that one, Paulie. I'm just saying.
Well, we talked about it last night. Buffalo confident that huge victory there, a little bit, maybe a downfall here over a under-demanded team here, on the shelf. David Mills playing. They can't score. No running game. Defense looks bad. What was it, Mike? The line was
8.
8. Yeah, that's a big line too. Because I said I might even stay away from that game too, because you never know,
I
But
might do a little touchdown parlay on that. Just a couple.
To me,
couple of
Mike, you're the touchdown parlay, real quick. I know I'm keeping you on here. Give me your touchdown parlay for the Eagles Cowboys game, man. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Put you on the
You know
spot.
what?
We'll go around the room. Let's give one. Let's give one real quick.
Sure. Let me get over here real quick because I got to get over just to see what the odds are. Because I'm the type of dude that I'll take a random ass guy to score a touchdown. You know what I mean? Like just to be like for this. Let's see. I definitely like Pickens for a touchdown.
Ooh,
in this game.
Okay.
I do like Pickens in this game for a touchdown. I'm gonna go Pickens. I'm gonna get Kavonte Turbin too. I think he scored.
That's a possibility, Mike, because he's going to be the unsung guy in a slot, man. If he gets loose in the slot, that might be a viable option for you. That really might be.
The only reason why I'm saying him, and I'm being really honest here, he always scores a touchdown against the Eagles. Always.
That is true. I mean,
and you know what? I'm going to take your random Cowboys touchdown. This is just the Cowboys touchdowns, right?
Okay.
So I just said I took Pickens, Kavonte Turbin, and I'm going to take Hunter Lemke, your fullback, Hunter Lemke. I think he scored.
Man, I tell you what, Mike, I can see that as an offensive coach. I can see that the way he played last night, on Monday night, how he hit the chip block, came out of a couple wheel routes. He got loose last night for 36 yards. Yeah. That might be a possibility. Chipping off the end. You're not gonna question Hunter Lemke coming out of the backfield running a wheel route.
You want to laugh now? I call that
you are out of the box tonight, aren't you, Mike?
No. Listen, that's my Cowboys. My Cowboys 3-leg. My 3 touchdown scores for the Cowboys.
Okay.
Right. If you put $1 on that game, it pays out $2.50.
That's insane, man.
Now, I'm going to do the Birds one. Birds one, I'm going to go with Dallas Goedert.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Devontae Smith because I think Devontae Smith always scores a touchdown against you guys.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go with Barkley. Now,
you're not going to take the Vulture?
Nah, I think
you're not going to take the Vulture over Barkley. You're not going to take the Vulture, man. Come on.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. I'll take Jalen Hurts for one. He vultured me last week, man. I was so pissed. I thought Barkley got in. I'm like, yes. And then now you seen the 3 people I took right on yours, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to change up a little bit. So I'm going to take Smith, Hurts, and I know I should be taking.
Okay.
I know I should be taking that, but I'm going to take a Will Shipley touchdown at the end. All right,
brother, you are out of the box tonight. Jesus, good God!
I'm not playing it, but
I know.
Those 3, if you put $1 down, it pays $70. It pays $70.
Give me your real quick touchdown parlay, real quick. Give me 3 touchdowns, or if there's going to be 3 touchdowns scored. Either teams combined.
How many players are in a parlay?
It doesn't matter. Whatever you want. You can go 1. You can go up to 20, brother.
Okay, now for the Cowboys, I'm taking Devontae Williams. He did have a pretty big monster game against the Eagles week 1. I'm taking Jake Ferguson, and I'm also taking Turpin. No, I'm taking Fournette. I think he's going to get a inside red zone touchdown catch.
No Eagles?
No, for the Eagles, I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts since he always seems to.
Okay.
Vulture.
I think. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to take Dallas Goedert.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a Philadelphia Eagles defensive touchdown.
Oh, wow. That's a big plus, right? That's a plus money right there if you do that. Holy crap. Well, I'm just going to go with Barkley. And I'm going to go Hurts. I'm going to go Devontae Smith, and I'm going to go Pickens. I think they try to shut down Lamb. So that's mine. But guys, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. I know it's getting late. Us old guys, our senior citizens, in AARP have to get to bed here. So this has been Cowboys Weekly on Out of the Box Sports Entertainment. Make sure you check out us as long as it's a Wrap Sports as well. My guy Mike over there has some great knowledgeable hosts over there too. So if you follow us, follow them, please, man. Listen, we're all family. We all do it for fun. It is what it is. And hey, Let's keep building together. So my name is Paul Spencer. That is Eddie Prather. That is Mike Laurel. This is Cowboys Weekly. And until next week, Wednesday, 8 p.m. prime time, we'll see you then. Everybody enjoy the game Sunday. And fuck the birds and go Cowboys.
Getting strong, let's break the mold. Chasing the stories yet untold. Passion ignites like a blazing fire. Knowledge takes us higher, higher. Out of the box where the wild ones play, we see the game in a whole new way. Living loud, hearts in motion. Sports with soul, pure devotion. The field's alive with endless dreams. We're more than stats, we're the in-between. A slam dunk.